Alright, what's poppin', people? We're back. Now today, we bring a team that I don't think has won more than a single game, and we're gonna look to change that today. It's aptly titled Bozo plus Ratio. It's a little Trick Room team. Because I was thinking about it and I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like trying out and seeing how Trick Room does. Now, I would say the main issue for it right now, from a lower tier standpoint, is we don't have a lot of the Pokemon that used to make Trick Room kind of like solid as a ladder team style, at least. In particular, I think we're looking at Uxie. Also, I need to turn the music down. Wow. There we go. Beautiful. But I think we're looking at like Uxie and Marowak as the two big things that really helped make Trick Room pretty potent for these lower tiers. In, you know, look at like Generation 7, especially, if you're looking at Inu. So why are they so good? Well, Uxie gave you a ground immunity. This team has Cacturne and Rabska to check ground types. And of course, Marowak is just such a potent attacker that's really hard to match. But I tried it. I got a nice Nasty Room Farigiraf. Of course, we're Terra Blast, because that still works as a stab move anyway, pre-Terra, so that's pretty cool. We've got our Rabska. I am also Revival Blessing, because I think giving members of Trick Room another chance in battle is really good. Just specially defensive camera up, because needed something, I felt. AV Crabominable. Nice Trick Room healing with Cacturne. And then, look man, this Cacturne is just here for the ride. Don't question it. And yeah, as per usual, if you have been enjoying the content, make sure to subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. Trying to hit 5K by the end of the year, and I do need y'all's help to get there. Also, hey, if you're interested in becoming a member, I do recommend it. If you were here for the birthday live stream on the 24th, we did do a nice stream of Ranbats, and that's going to be members-only content until we hit our goal of, I think I said a 2,000 ELO. But yeah, if you want to make sure to get to keep up with anything else that I'm doing specifically for the members, you know, join the channel. You're not obligated to, of course, because it does cost money, and hey, commenting, liking vids, subscribing, that's free. But hey, if you like extra content, then consider it. Anyhow, my opponent's team is super scary. Look at all these just strong attackers. Crabominable, Mabostiff, Haunter, Frostmoth Braviary. Kind of scary. I do want to get Trick Room up as quickly as I can. The Crab is a little annoying, because Crab is super slow as is. Although, fortunately, I believe everything on my team should be able to outslow it. I'm lead off with the Hat. Yeah, I thought Hat was just be generally good. If I led versus Haunter, I'd probably just Terra immediately. I'll be honest, that Haunter's what scares me the most. And we do get our room up. Now, unfortunately, Mabostiff is in and Mabostiff is now. I have to go Crab. And as you see, that's not exactly an ideal amount of damage to take. We do drain the Whiscash, though, and we also get so much health back. That was a wild switch. Oh, and then we miss Ice Hammer, and we would have O-Code. So, that's not very good. Gonna go Cacturne. Oh, and he's sub-Nasty Plot? Wonderful. So, we might have lost. We may have lost because of our Ice Hammer missing. My opponent very pointlessly going for a substitute. My god. This is kind of why I hated using this team, by the way. It has been so unlucky. Do I get O-Code? I don't. I don't do much damage back. But fortunately, he does not O-Code. And I do get that nice little switch there, correct? Yeah, so I have to sack Farigiraf here, but I do like... Don't Terra Blast there. Don't do that, Rabia. That's so dumb. Yeah, I don't like having to go Farigiraf there to sack it, but I do have the Revival Blessing, so it's not the end of the world. I could go just right back into my Crab. I kind of like that. Because Crab is just such a threat. I don't know if Thunder Punch kills, and I'm just gonna risk the accuracy again. It's what? Come on, guys, 1% chance that I don't land this one. Nothing with a 1% chance of happening has ever occurred in life before. See, told y'all. Nothing with 1% chance of happening has ever happened before. He goes to his own Crab. I am CCing you into the next dimension. Good night. Night-night! Night-night, Crab! Night-night! And this cash comes back, and I will Drain Punch just to get back to full. We probably win this game by sacking Camerupt next. If he goes Moth, I will stay in, and I will CC it, because, you know, I do have AV. It would not be able to OHKO me. So we're going to sack Camel, as we actually just dodge a player off. Hey, I don't know if you KO me here, buddy. Ah, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, buddy. Yeah. So there we go. Get a quick little win. Not bad. Let's get another one, man. I don't like this team mostly because I feel like Trick Room is so just awkward to get a good distribution of attackers on while still having like the defensive just synergy you can strive for. Because I think even with offense, you still want to have a defensive backbone. It's more just you're trying to have your defensive backbone work in such a way where it's like you have soft checks. You have like mons that can like take an attack in a pinch, switch in if you play it really aggressively, stuff like that. I mean, you could always be someone that runs like Chansey offense with a Scarf Lando T and be like, there's my backbone, but I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose. Anyhow, against my opponent's team, I think Hat again is a good lead. Because we can lead versus really anything and just get our Trick Room up. And I figured either one of Berserker or Dougie was going to lead. So we get up our room. I have to go Cacturne immediately here, right? I could stay in and scout this. I could also just go into Cacturne with no regard for life. Yeah. And I'm just going to get up a Spike. I don't think he has a way really to hit me. Getting up a Spike is maybe viewed as a waste of a turn, but hey. When was I known for making the right play? Is he going to set up Stealth Rock for me if I switch to my Hat? I don't think so. Yeah, he goes for a Brick Break, trying to break the Trick Room turn. Unfortunately for my opponent, that isn't how it works. I'm going to get Rocks up here. If he Stealth Rocks himself, then insane play. But sometimes you take that risk. And I like Rocks to limit the squawkability. That mon is dangerous. Yeah, Claw comes in. I thought it would, but didn't really have a play. I don't want to sack this necessarily, because it does check Raichu until it reveals Surf and OHKOs me. If anything, it checks the Berserker. I could go, you know what, I think we just sack Cacturne here. Sack Cacturne, get our Hat back in. If necessary, I could Revival Blessing the Cacturne back anyway, it's not a huge deal. I think that's like the nice thing about running Rabska. Because it's one of the like few Trick Room setters anyway, so you're kind of forced into it, but having the immediate justification to have Revival Blessing is really cool. Now I think I'm about to get slammed by a Wave Crash here. I'm gonna be honest, I think Wave Crash is coming out, or Crunch. I don't want to sack Crab. Crab looks insane here, but I think we go Crab, and we just hope they Crunch. We hope my opponent just wants to go for the super effective move. Thank goodness I was right. Okay. So we'll T-Punch here. He does stay in with the Bruxish. Nice. Getting rid of that Pokemon is great. And I still have my Terra too. I can Terra with like Rabska to maybe tank a hit from something if I need to. We're in a good spot. Berserker comes in. I think he's going to go for a Fake Out. As he reveals Protect, actually. Interesting. I'm gonna just CC. I think he might... I wanted to catch him if he was going greedy into the Claw there, I'll be honest. I wanted to see my opponent play a little too greedy. Now, unfortunately, this asshole comes in. I'm gonna just sack Camel, and then probably go for Terra with my Hat. What? This mon gets Parting Shot? Excuse you? Nunny! Alright, well, we're sacking the Camel. Let's go. I could Terra myself here. I don't really want to waste Terra like that. I think I'd rather Terra with something else. Also because I just risk hitting myself anyway. And honestly, I don't think I have that in me. You know what? Let's go Fara Giraffe. I bet you I tank this. I bet you I tank this. Yeah. Yeah, boy, let's go. And now... I mean, what's the better attack, just based on its bulk? I see, it really doesn't matter. I'll Psyshock, sure. We don't even KO. That's insane. But I do get to get Crab back in. And I will start draining his soul. And I think last Mon, Crab probably still wins. Because I could Terra if I need to, and my Assault Vest should help me tank the hits that I need. Is this looking like a good one? He goes to Raichu here. I don't think you tank a Drain Punch. Nope. Look at Crab go, man. The Abominable Crab Man really popping off for us. And I was just Dugtrio last, and I'm gonna keep it a stack. This Mon does not move me. Not a threat. Not a threat. Yep, easily tanking that Stone Edge. Nice. GG. I feel kind of bad for beating on a dude who's barely who just got sent back to 1,000 elo, but you know what? That's the risk you take when you ladder. And now our opponent has webs. Okay. Huh. So, one thing I'm considering is not even leading with Hat, and instead leading with Camerupt. Camerupt to try and bait my opponent to set webs turn 1 anyway, and then hard Hat. Actually, wait, why am I even caring about webs? I sometimes do this thing where I see webs no matter the team I'm running, and I'm like, oh, those are scary. They're not scary at all, though. Now, here going Hat's actually worth it. Because Hatchram can block potential Stealth Rock. Now, unfortunately for me, my opponent has decided to go for game and Terra turn 1. This will either bite them in the butt going forward, or I will lose immediately. Also, the Fairy Terra, that is interesting. I don't know why that word was so hard to say. I think we just stay in here. I will say, I'm not sure what to go to after this. Let me just remember, what's Cloth bulk looking like? No special bulk at all. Gotcha. He boosts again. I'm not sure that this is gonna go the way you think. Yeah, this is not going the way my opponent was hoping for, I'm sure. Low-key, I want to go Rapska here. Have it be the one that's out. Fargiraffe wouldn't be bad either. He can't go for first impression versus me. Let's go to you. Let's just Terra Blast here. I think this is an okay play. His team is just offense, though. It's just a whole bunch of setup guys, which is always scary. But I think playable. He goes to the op. You cannot go for first impression versus me. And again, I'm going to check just what's the bulk looking like. Alright, special bulk slightly lower, we Terra Blast. He was actually slower than me, so I could KO him with Terra Blast here. I think we have to go for that. Silk Trap. I have never heard of that move before. Also, what if I went for Trick Room on that turn? What did my opponent plan to do? I think we go for Room. I think we predict a switch. Wait, my opponent's all switched. Never mind. My opponent switched. Yo, that's a horrible play. No cap? That's a terrible play. But it worked. So now we go Camerupt. I think the play will be go Camel. As they try to get a little greedy on me. I want rocks. I said I want rocks, and I said me want rocks, me get rocks. I'll Will-O-Wisp them. Also, is that the bulk up animation for Filet-Away? That's kind of funny. So we got our rocks, we burned the Veluza. It is not a problem now. And we'll simply wall you. And he has sharpness too, so we're in a pretty happy spot. I'm gonna get all my hazards. All of them. He's revealing his whole set to me. So I have no hacker. That's insane. Well, we got the clickbait title. Salty Noob calls me a hacker? Question mark. Insane. I just typed the command forfeit. Gotta forfeit, man. I felt bad for my opponent. He's right, I'm hacking, obviously, right? Because, you know, Cacturne, the grass dark type, you shouldn't be able to be immune to my moves. What's the Pokemon with water absorb? Doesn't take damage from a water move? Nah, something ain't adding up. That's the first time I think I've ever been called a hacker on PS. Yo, it's Trick Room versus Trick Room. You know what that means? I am never setting my own Trick Room. I'm letting my opponent do it for me. Fun. I do like Crab this game. Crab looking hella nice. I'm like Camel. I like Camel. Doesn't really have a bad matchup against anything. I get my rocks up immediately. Goes for Fake Out. That's not really a big deal. Though I will say what's most worrying is that I kind of knew Fake Out was being used against me. So, that's interesting. Goes for Psychic there. I eat it up with ease. I feel like that Mon gets Dazzling Gleam. Let's just check. Gothitelle. Not Gotharita. Gothitelle. Does this one get Gleam? Maybe not. No, it doesn't. I think Cacturne's maybe an okay switch. It does have Focus Blast. That is a little bit worrying. But I don't really care about Cacturne this game anyway. Alright, you're real Dark Pulse. There's no chance in hell that you have Focus Blast. I know that I said that I'm getting hit by Focus Blast here, but sometimes I just need to prove a point to the viewers at home. That I truly am the all-seeing eye of Pokemon Showdown. Alright. Oh no. I don't know why I thought this wouldn't have Trick Room as its last move. I kind of forgot that I'm against a Trick Room team. So my opponent goes to Frostmoth. Do I Sucker Punch you? Or is he gonna start setting up? I think we go Crab just in case. So we get Bug Buzzed. I think I just Drain Punch. Frostmoth under Trick Room is interesting. I don't think that's very good. A Terra's, yeah, that's very bad for my opponent. I will T-Punch here now just in case he goes into one of the resistances. A little bit more damage, you know. Yeah, I think you lose, like, everything that makes Frostmoth good by running it under Trick Room. You can't run the, you don't get late epic Quiver Dance. And he goes to Gothitelle again. Gets paralyzed immediately. This is pretty irrelevant in the grand scheme. I just want to get my last Spike, to be frank. Also, a little surprised he went for Psychic instead of going for another Fake Out, just to look for a little bit of damage. Now I will just go for Giga Drains. I don't need to Sucker Punch. We take out that Gothitelle right there. I think we're in an incredible spot. I have all the hazards in the world set. I'm gonna go Camel versus this, because as I said earlier, it's not really that important to me. Goes for a U-turn and does 1,000,000, though. And he's gonna be faster than me if we don't have Trick Room up, so I need to be a little bit cautious there. I'll go Cacturne. And I will Sucker Punch, because I just don't think this has Quiver Dance at this point. I will say, the one thing I need to be a little cautious of is that Rapska. Do need to pay attention to whether or not he's looking for a Revival Blessing. As you saw with my Cacturne set, there's not a whole lot that I can do to prevent him from going for the Blessing. He actually just brings in the Rapska here now, too, which, eh. He goes for Trick Room. I do outslow him, so I can go for Lava Plume. And honestly, Camerup's looking like a problem now. Look at his team and look at my Camel. Since he set the room, I am faster than everything. I like this. I like this positioning. The only thing I kind of need to be worried about is if something starts setting up. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. We EP there. Now we go Crab. And Crab as well is slower than everything on his team. And I got 2 more turns to do whatever. He's already Terra'd with his Moth, so I don't have to worry about a Terra Ghost coming out from the Dunsparce. If he goes to Fara Giraffe, I think I just CC. He goes out to Fara Giraffe. Yeah, let's just CC. Go for damage. And he forfeits. Nice. I think that's going to be it for this live. We got 4 games, I believe. And we won all of them with this Trick Room team. And as I said coming into the live, I was like, I don't think this team has won a single game. No, it has won, in particular, a single game. But hey, good performance today from the boys. We got called a hacker. Again, you don't really see that happening too much, I feel. At least on, like, non-hackmons or anything goes ladders. And I hope y'all enjoyed this Trick Room team. It was definitely a fun team to use. As I was stating at the beginning, I don't know how good it is. I feel like, defensively, there's a lot that I'd like changed about it, but I won't deny this is a really fun team to use. Albeit, maybe not the best. Hope y'all having a wonderful time. I'll catch y'all next video. Peace.